wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Well, thank you for inviting us here today. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
How long have you been in this location?
Well, we've been here since September. Well, we reopened in September 2021. We've actually been here since, I want to say November or December 2020, right in the middle of COVID.
How was that?
It was, we were completely closed, so it was not good, right, for us. We closed in, as you probably know, if you're from this area, from the Fresno area, we were in downtown Fresno for almost 25 years. And then when COVID hit, we closed, as all card rooms and gaming establishments were supposed to do. And we did, but we basically had to go dark because we couldn't go outside and reopen, right? We couldn't reopen on the street because we didn't have the parking lots for that. And then we had the opportunity to move into this space a little bit later in 2020, after we've been closed a while, and then ultimately, leased it and then executed an option to buy it and moved in and opened up in September of 2021.
So you opened and didn't get to open until...
Well, no, we had to come here because I don't know if you remember, this was a blighted building, right? So this building that we're in is 33,000 square feet. It was built back in 2007 or 8. It was where we're sitting was a restaurant called Cabo Wabo, Sammy Hagar's tequila Tex-Mex restaurant. And but that opened only for a couple of months, and then it shut down. And this particular space that we're in went through a couple of iterations as a nightclub. So in this 33,000 square foot building, only this 14 or 15,000 square feet was actually functional. So, and it had closed since, I want to say the last time it was used was maybe 2018 or 19, and it had been vandalized and broken into and gutted, and there was a homeless encampment on our patio.
This used to not be the best part of town.
Yeah, it wasn't the best part. So
that's why everyone's happy that you...
When we came here,
right.
We had the opportunity to come in, and for us, we've been downtown, right? We're not...
You're used to, yeah.
We're not afraid to go south of Shaw, right? So we said, okay, we can make this work when we came over, and we had to do a significant amount of cleanup and refurbish some things and, replace what vandals had stolen or scavenged and whatever, and got it reopened, and here we are.
That's awesome. How did you even end up in Fresno? I know you have roots back to LA like me. So.
Well, I was born back east. I was born in Virginia. I grew up in Maine, and then I went to school back east and came out here for graduate school. I ended up in Los Angeles for a number of years. I was in the finance business, and then I was in the musical instrument business for a long time. I was involved with Steinway Musical Instruments for 17 years.
What musical instruments did you play?
I taught myself to play the piano, so it's, yeah.
Wow, so musical.
Yeah, so that was a fun period of my life. But in the finance business, way back in the 80s and 90s, I'd done some work for the Commerce Casino, which was at the time and is now the biggest card room in the world.
Right.
So, I think we've got some drinks coming.
Oh, beautiful. That's so
Staffy,
beautiful.
you want to bring? We'll let her come over. I don't know if that's disruptive for us, but Staffy, you can put them wherever you'd like, or we can put them here and we can showcase them.
Oh yeah, we got to showcase.
I think
the drink.
we want to. We're showcasing a little bit.
Yes. You never want to hide that beauty.
No.
That looks amazing.
So Staffy's showing
What do we have here?
This is old fashioned.
That's. Go ahead.
We have a margarita right here.
Well, don't put them all in front of me. Put them on the camera. You're making me look like a lush, right?
He's gonna drink all of them.
All right. And these are three of our more popular drinks. What's in the Bramble?
So it is huckleberry based. It's muddled blackberries. We
Oh
use the
my
huckleberry
goodness,
vodka.
that's
Yeah.
delicious.
Really good. It's like equal parts of sweet and sour.
That's worse than the
Kind of
trip
like you,
you're alone.
Staffy.
Kind of like
Equal
more
parts
sour.
of sweet and
More
sour.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Okay.
So anyway, I was in the finance business and did some work for the Commerce Casino, and I remember at the time, and this is before, poker was on television, any of that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is back when it was kind of, what's that? And I remember seeing the business, and I thought, okay, this is pretty interesting. Gaming's bigger than California than it is in Nevada, and people don't realize there's more gaming revenue in California. than Nevada. When you add the lottery, horse racing, tribal casinos, card rooms, you add it all up, it's a big number. And I thought, well, if there's ever an opportunity to get in this business, I'm going to do it. And so we had the opportunity in 2006 to buy a card room. The folks that owned this one of the guys couldn't get relicensed, and another guy didn't have kids, so they wanted to sell it, and my business partner and I bought it, and we closed in 2008 and have been operating it ever since.
And is that what moved you to Central Valley? You were still in LA and you were like, we're coming
Yeah,
here.
and so I was commuting back and forth, and then...
You saw that wasn't going to be...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a long commute, obviously, but then I became very active in the California Gaming Association, and then started putting some roots and been more involved here locally, and I ended up, relocating here.
You ran for politics at one point.
I did run for politics, right? So it's a sore subject.
We'll talk about good subject. What about what you've been doing for animals? Tell us a little bit. Tell us about what you've been doing for animals.
Oh yeah, so what's interesting is when we were downtown, you don't realize this. Fresno and the Central Valley generally has a big animal overpopulation problem, and a lot of it. Go ahead.
That is so good.
Yeah, I mean, these are sitting here. I feel like we should try them and test them. You gotta have your camera guy try one of these too. So when we were downtown, we would see so many stray animals, and I started, we work late at night. We're in the night and weekend business, so when I go home at 2 a.m., I'd see the stray animals out, and you see some, you help feed them and try to get some fixed and see if we can rehome them. And then the more involved I got with it, the more I realized that Fresno had just a huge animal overpopulation problem. That, literally every district in the city sees it. And I thought, okay, well, we have some resources. We're going to try and, help solve this problem. What I liked about it is, both sides of the political aisle like their pets, right?
Right, and we can all come together.
They may not like each other, but they like their pets, and they like each other's pets.
That's a very good way of putting it.
But it also seemed like it's a problem that you can have an impact in, right? There's so many big problems, climate change or homelessness or whatever, that are just huge social problems that it's difficult to really have a dent in. But I felt like, well, we can have a dent in this animal population problem. So we started putting some resources in, fixing animals, getting involved. Ultimately, at one point I was at a local shelter, and they told me they told me how many animals they were going to euthanize that day, and I just couldn't believe it, right? So I called friends of ours and I said, okay, let's get some kennels together and get some carriers together and bring the van. We're taking all of them, and we ended up taking 42 cats and just started finding homes for them and getting back to health and whatever. And now, 8 years later, I think we're one of the largest cat rescues in the Central Valley. We certainly have a huge impact.
And what's it called?
It's called Kirkland Foundation.
And then how do people get a hold of you to rescue their
everyone seems to be able to get a hold of me. If you call 911 and you tell them you have a cat in a tree,
they
refer.
You. Wow,
Yeah,
that's a lot of work. So you have a lot of people helping you.
No, there's only 6 of us in the organization, and we
Wow,
have volunteers.
that's
We have six staffers, dedicated, working day to day with the animals, and then we have all sorts of volunteers that help us out. And what's interesting is there's a big animal community, an animal rescue community. So all of us kind of know each other, and we work together. And certainly there are little cat fights among some of the different groups, but
no pun intended.
No pun intended. But for the most part, I think we all share a common goal, right? So we'll work with the TNR people, and we'll try to work with the dog people, and then they'll work with us, and we're known as people that will take animals that are in a storm drain or on a roof or in a tree and help them out. And
that's really cool that you do that.
Yeah,
From all of this to that, you do a lot of things.
It's a lot, but we actually we administer the spay and neuter program for the county of Fresno. So every morning I'm at the vet, sort of bleary-eyed, watching a parade of people bring in their animals, and we check them in and try to get as many spayed and neutered and fixed as we possibly can.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's great. So since you've been here, now you're starting all the events again. I went to a comedy show last year, so everything's almost full steam, like back to before COVID.
It's not quite back to normal because, as I mentioned, when we were downtown, we were in 29,000 square feet, and this building is 33,000 square feet. But what we're in now is only 14 or 15,000 square feet. So we're basically in half the space that we were before. And so, I joke with people, it's a little bit like living out of an RV, right? One minute it's, the kitchen table, and the next minute it's the guest bedroom, and the next minute it's, something else, and an ironing board. And so that's where we are right now, where we try to do as much as we can with the space. And we're actually in the process of building out the remainder of it so we can do the bigger events. But, we try to make as good use as we can of the indoor space, our patio space. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, here's Stephanie's bringing, this is pho. This is another one of our...
So what's this? Is this some bone broth that we have in here as well?
So explain that.
Bone broth for our pho. It has a really big bit of bone marrow inside of it, some tried meatballs, and sliced steak.
Oh my goodness.
And we mix it up. And as you can tell, we're not very good with, we're really good with food. We're not very good with portion control. So
that's a problem we can help you out with.
Pretty much everyone that comes in here leaves with a to-go box. So this, people get excited about the bone marrow and if you came in, we've got some other things coming here too.
Oh my goodness.
If you came in here on a Saturday night around 11 o'clock, you're going to see bowls of that everywhere. What's this? So tell me what this is.
That is a Vietnamese cube steak.
That's over
white
here.
rice, and then our rosé sauce.
Okay, I'm going to pass this over to you. I think that's what you had before.
Oh, and what I love about this place is the hours. Because you can always, everything closes so early when you're out doing stuff, and I can always eat here. When you close for the kitchen?
So kitchen's 24 hours, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We close at about 3 o'clock midweek.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because
it's better than Denny's. We have some good food, good high-end food late at night, guys.
It's funny, when I first came to Fresno, I'd been living in LA, and everybody eats a little bit later there, right? And I would go out to restaurants at 8 o'clock, and they'd look at me like,
"Why are you here?"
Like, we're closing the kitchen, man, right? And then we said, okay, well, there's a pretty big gap in food that food service for after 8 or 9 o'clock. And
you came and fulfilled a lot of needs for the community. You feed
us
late,
I don't know if I
cleaning up
filled them
our
for the
cats and dogs.
I don't know if I filled them for the community. I feel like I filled them for me because I was like, hey, I'm going to eat after 9 o'clock, and I want a kitchen. But it's actually true. If you came in here, we're here at 6 or 7 o'clock, whatever it is tonight. We don't have a traditional dinner hour as you used to see, but if you come in after 9 or 10 o'clock, this will be filled, right? And so we try to tell people, hey, when you come on and pick up a friend at the airport at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and
bring him here.
Don't go through Denny's. Come here,
right? And then they can have so much fun and some excitement.
There's always something going on.
There's always something going on here. So what separates you from other casinos?
Well, we tell our folks our mission. We want to have a safe, fun guest experience, right? We want great jobs for our people, and then we want to give back to the community. So what we're trying to do is just give people a good guest experience. When you order pho from us, I want that to be like, okay, I didn't expect it to be that cool.
Definitely didn't.
Right? Like when you get a drink from us, and our logo's in it, and we use
I'm addicted.
We use Buffalo Trace bourbon in our old fashioned. Try to give people just a little bit something special in what they do. It's like a little luxury. When when you take your car in, you get the oil changed, and they bring it back out to you, and they washed it, and you're like, okay, that's cool.
Excited, yeah.
You feel good about that, right? So that's kind of the feeling that we're trying to convey to people. So in this space, I feel more so than downtown, we have the opportunity to create cool experiences for people. Like I don't know if you came by during the holidays when we had Club Wonderland, our whole lighting experience.
Oh, that's right. It was so pretty.
Yeah. So we try to create these things where people come and they say, okay, that's something that I don't really see around in Fresno. That's pretty cool. And then once you come in the door, we try to execute on it. So we want to greet you. We want to make sure that we're trying to pay attention to you. Again, your food's good, right? Your drinks are good, and you just feel like, okay, that place is pretty cool. I'd go back, right?
Yeah, especially if you don't gamble, this is still really fun. The vibe here is really cool. You don't have to be a gambler to come here.
Well, it's interesting because back in my prior life in finance, I worked on the financing of the Mirage. This is when I was, a really young guy working in an investment bank. And I remember Steve Wynn was talking about it. And, at the time when the Mirage opened up in late 80s, it was all kind of like you just it's the prime rib,
Oh,
$6.99, and then Gamble and Frank Sinatra's playing a gig, right? And then Steve Wynn came in. It's like, no, we're gonna have a volcano and white tigers, and here's the carpet, and people's heads exploded, right? That was just a different thing. Oh, we're gonna have California Pizza Kitchen. We're gonna do this, that. And if you look at how Las Vegas has evolved over time, it was sort of 80% gaming, 20% non-gaming. And now fast forward 30 years later, right? It's basically 70% non-gaming and 30% gaming, with a good portion of the profitability in the non-gaming. And you've got 8 Cirque du Soleil shows. In my lifetime, if you had a successful restaurant in Los Angeles, then you opened up in New York, or vice versa. Now, if you have a successful restaurant, you open up in Las Vegas, right? That's kind of the next thing. And we looked at that.
And now we have Nashville too.
Yeah, Nashville. I mean, we're always sort of evolving in that. But I feel like, listen, I want to have a good dining experience for people, a good drinking experience for people, a good entertainment experience where you come in. If you came to our Super Bowl party, you'd be like, okay, that's the best Super Bowl party I've been to for 200 miles, right?
Wow.
When you come to our place, I want you to feel like I'm getting something that I can't otherwise get in the Fresno area, Central Valley. And when you do that, I think people feel like, okay, that's a pretty good value, right? I mean, it's not, we're going to get $14 or $16 for old fashioned, right? And that's not cheap, right? But we're going to use Buffalo Trace. We're going to make it cool. We're going to use the big rocks. We're going to try, have special kind of cherries, and we're going to try to, figure out and remember if you're a regular and know you, and that way you'll feel like, okay, that wasn't just somebody slinging drinks, right? That was like a place that's pretty cool, and I can hang out there. So that's what the experience we're trying to create.
So what's happening now? What do you have planned for 2025?
So 2025 is our 30th anniversary. Had we been open through
Yeah,
COVID. We're giving ourselves credit for the closure to COVID, but it's our 30th anniversary, and we're really just trying to continue to expand into our space. We have a number of challenges, like a lot of food and beverage and entertainment venues do, with people's discretionary dollars and what they're spending. Like our guests, when their utility bill goes up, that kind of comes out of the budget that they plan to spend with us, right? I mean, so if you think about your utility bill goes up from $160 a month to $240. That's $80 that came out of your discretionary income, and that comes out of us.
Right.
So what we're trying to do is focus on, okay, how do we give people a reason to come out of the house and do something cool and feel like they get good value? Whether it's our, Club Wonderland, we do our Valentine's party or our Halloween parties. Pretty lively. Our New Year's party was pretty, lively. We closed off the entirety of the sidewalk patio out in front, and we had 3 bands playing. We did a ball drop, and we had fireworks.
Fun.
And
Wow.
we're just trying to do things where people feel like, okay, I'll make a reason to get out of the house for that and spend some money. So we're just trying to do more of that. We have really good luck with events that we do in our event space, so we're trying to expand that and be able to accommodate more people. Right now we can accommodate 150 people pretty comfortably in a couple of areas of the casino, but once you get above that, it's tougher for us to manage. So we're trying to make it so if you came here and said, hey, I got 300 of my friends and we want to come here and eat and drink, we can service you. The cool thing for us is we have a kitchen that they built that could service somewhere between 500 and 1,000 people. So the ultimate plan is, for this to be a real entertainment destination in Fresno. We feel like with our proximity with the airport, our proximity to Fresno State.
It's really centralized.
Yeah, this hasn't been the best area. I mean, so many people like, oh, North Fresno or wherever. For us, we feel like, well, wait a minute. We have the space. We own the land. We've got, we have really good proximity to the airport. We've got, the luxury of being able to operate 24/7 if we want. We have tons of parking. We have easy access off the freeway. We can have some fun with this. I mean, we were downtown for 25 years and made it work. It's like, and actually I miss downtown. I liked being down there with the location from the different freeways as they triangle in Fresno. It was pretty easy for people to get to, but our vision over the course of the next 5 or 7 years is for Granite Park to be something when you're taking off or landing at the airport, you're looking down and going, I don't know what's going on down there, but I want to go check it out, right? So.
What do you see with the other spaces? I know one of our long-time restaurants closed down over here, one of your neighbors over here.
Oh, right.
And so what do you see besides you? What else is going to sprout around here in Granite Park?
So, I don't know that it's directly related to us, but we've seen more activity in terms of people renovating or rebuilding.
Right.
When we came here, one of the byproducts of us being here is that it immediately got safer, right? Because
that's for sure.
We put cameras everywhere, and we put security guards. And one of our things has always been, it's been my experience that the women in my life don't want to go anywhere that's not clean and safe, and they really don't want me going somewhere that's clean and safe.
That's a big thing,
right? And you can't. I don't want you to be aware of that, right? The second that women are aware of it not being safe or not being clean, they're judging, and so we're on top of that. And we feel like when you come here, I want whatever hour of the day that you come down here that you can park, feel safe, feel good about coming up to us. Now, the downside of that is when you come here and park here and you walk up, you better have your act together, because we've got pretty good cameras going, and we're going to notice, right? So if you, when you come on property after, it's dark, it's almost daylight to us on our camera coverage, so we can see everything. So the good news is if something does happen, and it does, we can resolve it really quickly. We get license plate readers and pretty good ID on people. So, and what's happened for our neighbors is the crime rate here has dropped something like 90%, and anything that does happen will resolve pretty quickly. So our neighbors, for the most part, are really enthusiastic about us being here. So.
Oh yeah, no, you guys are great.
So.
Okay, I want to see this place. How much square feet did you say?
So the entirety of the building is 33,000 square feet, but what we're in is about 14 or 15,000 square feet right now. You want a tour?
I want a tour. Let's check it out.
I'm going to give you a tour of Club One Casino. Okay? So we're in Club One Casino now. This is a building that was built in 2007. There's about 33,000 square feet. And the portion that we're in right now, it's about, call it 14,000 square feet of it. This used to be an old restaurant, not old, Cabo Wabo restaurant back in 2007-8. It was operational for a couple of months and then turned into a nightclub for a little bit of time off and on. It went through a couple of different iterations. We came into the space in, I want to say November of 2020 or thereabouts, and then did some minor renovations to get it into the position where we could actually operate our card room. We reopened here in September of 2021, and that's what you're in now. So we're basically in half the space here. Come on, it's fine. We're in half the space of the entire building. The rest of it we're actually building out. So over here we have a cage. The casinos have a cage. That's where the chips are and the cash, and that's where we transact our business. When you come in here this is remnants of the old Cabo Wabo. This was Sammy Hagar's tequila room. Oops, sorry.
Is there still tequila in there? Let's
No,
go.
no, that's secure storage for us. But that used to be a private dining area over there. This was a coat room that now serves as a break area. So we've kind of made this thing work for ourselves. As you come in here, obviously restrooms.
Oh, what
here.
did St. Patty's Day coming? What are you guys having for St. Patty's Day?
We're kind of St. Patrick's Day. We have a big tournament experience. We have some drink specials and some food specials. We might do that, and then
Are you going to wear green?
Yeah, I
You're
wear a
gonna be
little.
dressed up?
I don't do a real dress up, but there'll probably be a little green somewhere in the outfit. And then we have a leprechaun bash, which is a. You can ask me about that later. It's a.
I have a leprechaun outfit. Do I get a prize?
You should come.
I will come.
You know,
and wear
it'd
my
be a lot of fun
outfit, so.
Okay. Through that door right there is our patio, and I'll take you out there briefly.
This is cool because you could have like separate parties out here and everything.
Yeah, so it's a little bit dark out here right now, but if you're out here during the day and we turn on the heaters and the lights and everything, it's a really nice experience.
And you have karaoke and salsa?
We do karaoke out here, we do live music, we have DJs, we'll do...
So we could have a separate party out here while all that's going on outside. Can we rent it out as well? I can have a birthday party out here?
We have birthday parties out here, about 150 people we can have, and we have a very popular salsa night once a month that comes out here where the guy basically promotes salsa music, teaches people how to salsa.
When's that? When's salsa night?
Salsa nights, you need to check our social media, but it's on a Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
And then all of these, you can't see it, but these will light up if we actually had some sunshine out here and do it.
Oh,
but
the lights.
we've been happy with this. So we have a full bar experience, and then what you can't see is we actually have projection TVs where we can project some pretty cool stuff up there on the wall, like the sporting events and whatever, and you'd be surprised how good the quality of the projections are. These things here, you can see these are 85-inch TVs or 90-inch TVs, whatever they are out here. So we do all sorts of things out here. We do private parties, birthday parties, pay-per-view sporting events, boxing, like I said, karaoke, DJ night.
That's great because you can have
music.
two separate parties basically at the same venue.
And that's what's interesting. We actually like that because, like, if you think about Las Vegas venues,
right,
you'll go and they have different things going in different areas. And so we did that down at our Oak Club one downtown because we had the space to have do an event center and the restaurant and the casino and try to do these different things. And we like doing that here. I want you to come and say, okay, well, if I'm bored here, I can go in there.
Right.
What I don't want you to say is like, let's leave. Right? If you say, oh, let's just go inside.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, then you get the same vibe.
Exactly. So we're back inside to the main area of the casino. And what's happened for us, as I mentioned to you, we're in half the space that we used to be in downtown. So it's a little bit like living in an RV, right? You're very space constrained, and we find that here too. We're in the process of building out the rest of the building so that we can have more space to do the things that we want to do. But for right now, we have our gaming tables here, obviously bar. A lot of fun with this bar. When we first bought this and came in, we didn't realize that this was backlit and it didn't work properly. So when we actually worked on it and fixed it, it turned out when we came in here, this wasn't working. And when we took it all apart, we said, what's that? What are those lights underneath this for? And the guy that's working is like, oh, no, you don't understand. This is backlit, right? And so once we got it working and turned it on, it was pretty cool.
I love it.
So Justin, can you turn this off and turn it on for me? Just turn it on. Watch it. This is how we used it.
Cool.
When we first came here, this is what it was like. And then once we got it working, it was like,
so
yeah,
neat.
so it was like, okay, that was like a little, that was fun.
I love
right?
it.
So we were very fortunate when we moved into the space that they had a big functioning a kitchen with a lot of pretty good equipment, and then we had the bar area. So, in our business, the gaming business is about entertainment, right? Food and beverage, right? So we had the bones of it, and then, had to work on things like our lighting, our camera coverage, carpeting.
And you have a whole nother room over there, which I saw there's an event tonight. Kyle, what's the event that's going on in there?
I think it's the local Harley Club.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I think I walked in there first and I was like, woo!
Yeah, no, there's some guys that rolled up on their motorcycles.
That's cool. That's so cool because you have that going on in there and this in here. This, again, all the things you can have.
So, gaming area here. Right now, I think we have 29 tables on the floor. We're licensed for 51. We put some in our other annex area that you just referenced. We like to have it a little more better organized than we have it right now, right? So this is my OCD kicking in again, all right, where we like to make it a nice experience for people. But if you look across here, one of the things that we're known at, and this is our poker area and this is our table games area, one of the things that we're known for is our tournament experience. So we're the leading tournament provider in the Central Valley. So if you want to play the games that you see on TV, you come to Club One Casino.
Do you guys give us like a little tutorial so people know how to play? If they've
Yeah,
never
we
played
do that.
before?
Actually, we have a really cool thing. We call it Casino 101, which is where we get people that don't know how to play anything. They come in, we'll give them an entree, a drink of their choice. They sit with 6 or 8 of their friends, and we'll teach whatever game they want to learn. So you don't have to deal with everybody else, because the number one problem that people have when they come to the casino is they don't want to look stupid.
Right.
And they won't want to feel intimidated. And
That's
the reality
very
is, right, you can play all these games, but you don't want to feel dumb,
Yeah.
right? So what we try to do is bring you together with a group of your friends and say, okay, do you want to play poker? Do you want to play Pai Gow? Do you want to play, what Baccarat? We'll show you how to play that game. So go ahead. Whether you're here with us or you're in another venue or in Las Vegas, you feel comfortable sitting down at the table.
Do you ever play?
Yeah, I used to play a lot.
Do you ever play here or those?
No, I don't. I try to limit that. I kind of get sucked into it occasionally, but for the most part, I'm pretty busy working on some other stuff. Right. I'm trying to figure out events to bring people in, keep us compliant, make sure that we're working on the things that we don't want people to think about, safety, compliance, those type of things. Also, too, just our consistency of the experience. It's interesting, people, my friends will be like, oh, you own a casino, and they think Robert De Niro, Sharon Stone casino. It's like, no. My life is, making sure that they're the same amount of blueberries in every muffin. It's that consistency that goes through. It's not nearly as sexy as it seems. So.
And then I wore these shoes just for you.
Those are spectacular, by the way. Those are.
Everyone needs a pair of poker shoes.
I think for sure. That should be in every closet everywhere.
Poker shoes.
So this is our, the gaming area, and one of the things you'll see up on our walls that, people talk. They think that we have a TV fetish. Here's a fun fact. How many TVs do you think we have on property?
50?
Oh, come on.
There was like every little square counts?
Yeah, okay, every little square
goodness, how
counts.
many?
That's not one,
exactly.
That's 15.
Okay. How many?
We have over 100.
Wow.
So when you look around, you add them all up, there's over 100 screens. We like that. We like that wow experience when people come in and feel like, oh, that's cool if there's something up on the screen. So.
And you know what's funny? It's packed. There's a lot of people here right now because I know you said it's slow because it's not like
It's a Tuesday night, right?
So over there, it seemed a little bit slow in the dining room, but everybody was over here.
So a lot of people are
here. And then you have at least 50 people in the other room, in the Harley Davidson room.
What we have going on here tonight is that we have a Tuesday night tournament. And there are 84 players in this tournament. There's multiple tables running right now. So
wow.
So we're known for that. And people come in here and have fun. They play the games they see on TV and enjoy it. And the cool thing is poker's a game of skill. So if you actually try and think about it, you can get better at it, right? It's not just a game of random chance. So, a lot of our players out here, they want to look and get better, and we give them the opportunity to do that.
Well, thank you so much. This is great. I'll be here. I'll see you on St. Patty's Day.
I guess I'll see you on St. Patty's Day. Before you leave, I got to walk you through our kitchen so you can see how big that is.
Oh, let's go.
Okay. When we came here, one of the big selling points for us to come to the space is we have this fully functioning kitchen. If you look around, if you're in the food and beverages, it's a very large kitchen. We can service,
this is insane.
500 on, and there's a full second space back there that was functional that we're using as administrative space, but full line. You can look back there on refrigeration, keg storage, dishwashing line, and compared to what we were in downtown, I think this dishwashing area, and that is probably bigger than what we had for a kitchen in the old place. And so we felt like we're blessed. I mean, this is
and it's amazing.
And it had only been used 2 months, so all we had to do is really make sure stuff worked and get it up and going. If you came back here, you know, we had to do some stuff. Oops, sorry. There's a whole separate room back here. This is another full line. Now we're using it for storage and what have you. But when I talk about our ability to do events, you know, we think that we can service 500 to 1,000 people here.
Easy.
So it's fun. And you know, if you couple this kitchen with, we have at least 3 functioning bars, which is important in our business. We have one that was just over by an area that wasn't open. There's the one that with the light up bar top.
And then the outside.
Right. Then the patio bar. When things
But
are
then
really
you also have one in the private room too.
and one in the private room. So when you look at something like our New Year's Eve event, everything was going. We had people everywhere, and every bar is open.
That's so cool.
It's a lot of fun. So we try to create that experience.
And you have a DJ on the weekends.
We do have a DJ, or we'll have a live band, or we'll try to
That
do
is
something.
so awesome.
We just want every place that, like, if you, for some reason, this isn't working for me, you go, oh, this is cool, right?
So we need to follow your Instagram, right? The club one.
You should follow us on
Instagram?
social media.
Okay.
You should follow us on Facebook,
Then we can know it.
Instagram.
I'm going to go do that right now because I feel like
Yeah.
I've been missing out this whole time.
Yeah, you'll see what we're up to. We're pretty good. We're pretty good about trying to talk about what we're up to. But it's one of the nice things is I still think a lot of people don't even realize we're open. It's surprising to me how many people that I run into. They're like, "Oh my God, I thought you were closed," because
Or don't know about the move.
Or they don't know about the move, or they don't know where we are, and then they get here and they're like,
Wow.
"Oh, okay, this is cool." A little bit of a find, so that's us.
Well, thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Well, thank you for coming in, and thank you for letting us talk about our, what we're up to. We're always happy to do it, and we definitely want to see you back.
We're all going to be here for St. Patty's Day.
I love it. You're going to come in, and we'll talk offline about our leprechaun event. You'll enjoy it.
Oh, come here for that.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. So we are back this year. I love it. We got new equipment here. So tell us about this piece.
Yeah, so this is an EP. It's a £10,000. It's what we class as a true integrated lithium-ion forklift. And I bet you're going to ask, what do you mean integrated, right?
Why is it being integrated?
Okay, so I'm glad you've asked. So we as an OEM, as a manufacturer, we actually manufacture 90% of the parts on this truck, including the battery pack, which is all UL regulated. But what makes us integrated is, rather than having an external BDI system or a battery pack that fits into the forklift, we actually manufacture our battery, our charger, and also our controller system. So on our controller system, you can actually read the full battery charge rather than having an external monitor which is underneath.
That is awesome because, who wants to move when you're in there, you're doing your thing? And this is like, we're actually getting even less control. This actually seems less complicated. They're making it easier and easier every year, right?
Well, this is the best thing about EP and why we come to the market. If you make things complicated, who wants to deal with it and service it? So what we went back to is a standard four-way hydraulics using the standard levers rather than fingertip controls. We do have the fingertip controls for those that wish to have it, but we make everything accessible to service. All of our trucks come with what's known as a telematics system, so we can see the state of charge, we can see runtime, idle time, but we also have within our controller system up there, you can tell if there's an error code onto the system. So Kawia, as a dealer for us, can remotely tap in and change parameters if a customer needs it on site, whether they need it to lift lower or travel slower, also with a regenerative braking as well.
Oh my goodness, that is really cool. So with all these controllers, can you tell us a little bit? I don't know what we can pick up on the camera, so we can go right to left or you go left to right. How's this all work?
You've got lift lower, which is going to be the one closest to you, closest to the steering wheel. You're going to have the tilt, which is going to be next, so tilting forward.
And it actually does have the pictures on it, so
it
after
does,
I asked, I'm like, wait, it actually shows us.
And then the next lever is going to be our side shifter. So we have a hang-on side shifter on this unit. And then the lever to the right is if you wanted to add an attachment on. So a lot of customers would like a fork positioner, side shifting fork positioner. That basically means the forks come close together and externally out without manually adjusting those forks.
That is really impressive. And then what's the reach on that? How high does it go?
So this one here is going to be, I believe this one is a 157, but we do have them in a 187 as well.
Wow. That is really awesome. Okay, what's our next piece? Big Joe. We got Big Joe over here showing us all the Kauai equipment. And we got more out here than we did last year. This is really cool.
So there is actually a special on this unit as well. So through the California Core program, on this unit here, you'll have $43,000 back through the state as a rebate. On our new version, which comes out, which can actually enter containers as well, it's a lower overhead guard, you're at $58,000 back as a credit.
That is so awesome. Yeah. Wow. All because they're going electric. I love that they started bringing incentives back.
Yeah, well, this one is actually through, so rather than going through taxpayer money, it's actually through a program which taxes the gas and oil companies on a carbon credit emissions. So they have to pay back. So it's not federal, it's not state funded. It's actually through oil and gas companies.
Wow, that's really good. Okay, what else do we got here? This is your only piece of equipment. This is your baby.
So this is my baby, but Garrett over there can take you through all the pieces of equipment. We do have a full lineup from £3,000 forklifts all the way up to £55,000 capacity lithium-ion forklifts. Again, coming into the market as a simplified, truly integrated lithium-ion product. And now, if you actually want to come around here, this is the biggest selling point, especially for those in the agriculture environment. Our trucks come with a 110 charger. So if you're remote, you don't need to upgrade your infrastructure to a 483 phase. Now the rule of thumb is 4 hours of continuous runtime or less. If you have 4 hours of continuous runtime or less, you do not need an external charger. Now again, going back to the telematics system, most customers, they find that they say they're running 8 hours because with a propane unit, they truly are, right? The unit's running constantly. But if it's not lift lowering or traveling, it's classed as idle time.
Wow.
And the statistics say 33% of the time a forklift is idling. There you
go. Impressive. What is the motor on this? Is this louder or more quiet than other ones?
Do you want us to start it up?
Oh yeah, can we?
Yep.
No, you may need to edit the sound in because there's no sound.
Oh, that's awesome. That's what I'm talking about.
So the unit is actually on now.
No way.
Which you can't hear anything.
I hear like a very slight buzz.
Now the benefit to a lot of operators is as soon as they go on a propane or an IC engine, there's a lot of vibration within the cab. With this, there's not going to be any vibration, plus you can hear it. So what we've also come out with is what's known as a white noise machine. A lot of customers complain, hey, it's too quiet. So how we've come about with that is the same as what Tesla's got, where you hear that very nice white noise. We've also got a system on here now that does that white noise as well.
That is really awesome. Wow. This is cool. So yeah, you guys got to come on. Check the Kauai booth at the World Ag Expo. And the greatest thing too is if you guys miss this, there's always time to come to the shop because that's a really fun place because you get to go and see everything. This is just a small amount of what y'all have.
Yep, absolutely.
And then if you're nice, then we'll let you take him out for a spin.
Oh, yeah. We got places to play in the dirt. So this is our team. This is my son, Nick.
Easier to buy a
Yeah.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, how are you? Mason. You went to Big Joe?
I work for Big Joe.
So
oh, nice.
You got on last year was a larger version of this.
That's right.
This is their smaller version they just came out with, the TL65.
For smaller loads?
Yep. This is what the most popular style that's out there right now. A little 8,000 pound unit, has a very big clearance when you're going over terrain, and a lot of farms, a lot of construction companies utilize these. We also have the Whacker mini skid steer as well, the minis and the regular skid steers. We got some great package deals with a trailer, excavator.
This is what's really impressive. Let's go around and see this baby because I bet this is going to be a popular one.
Absolutely, everybody's been asking about this.
Wow.
This one, the Whacker, they're an American company built in Milwaukee. They have the Yanmar powerhouse motor. On the trailer is locally made by True Trailer. This right here, the trailer is a dump, has a 7-ton scissor dump. It's just not just like a hydraulic ram, but it's a scissor dump. So long-lasting, heavy-duty. We got a package deal where you get a excavator, a trailer, a vibrator plate, and a rammer for $7.99 a month.
Wow.
So very inexpensive way to get your business started, or if you're replacing some older equipment, great way to upgrade. So
that is really, that's a great deal.
Yep.
So you have a lot of equipment that you're on leasing like that, and then some about, is there different perks for different things?
Absolutely. Right. We can also wrap your tractor with any special wrap if you got some favorite. We have a local sign shop in Visalia.
That is awesome. That's a way to combine two businesses. I love that.
So this is really cool.
This is really, you get to pimp your ride.
Exactly. If you want a pink tractor, we can make you a pink tractor.
Why'd you look at me and say that?
There you
think
go.
I want the pink one. That is really awesome.
Yeah, fantastic wrap. Fast Signs in Visalia did that. And then here's our tractor package deal, where we have a 20-foot trailer with a tractor, also a boom pole, as well as a disc harrow, and that package deal together, $481.
Wow.
Just very inexpensive. We got some great financing banks, a lot of great incentives this year.
I love that. Wow, thank you so much for showing us this. It's also good that you can actually put the name of your company too on your tractor, so that everyone knows it's yours.
Absolutely.
And then what about a bundle deal if you get a few things? What's that kind of special? Because I bet you have a lot of customers that get multiple different pieces.
Absolutely. We got several different attachments we can bundle together, all kinds of programs. So yeah, whatever the customer needs, we can tailor. We can switch out. If you don't need a disc harrow, you can put a box scraper, or we can do all kinds of bundle and package deals.
And then you said before, how what's the travel that you'll go and deliver?
Pretty much anywhere. I mean, we sell all through California, but there's also dealers that we work with if you're way out of our area.
Yeah.
We work with a dealer that's local in your area, and we can work with them as well to make sure you're covered in that
Wherever
part of it.
you're at.
Yeah, exactly. So we play nice with the other Yanmar dealers and Whacker dealers.
That's important, because it's not that much of a competition. You're like, it comes back to you one day, somebody wants something here.
Exactly. So you buy something here, we make sure that they get taken care of as well. So we don't fight with our other dealers.
Awesome, and you guys are doing some giveaways this year.
Yes, we are.
Oh my gosh, we gotta see all the fun stuff. There's something for everybody here, you know.
Absolutely. Right now we're raffling off.
We got some toys we're raffling.
We're raffling a little Lindy forklift toy. We've been a Lindy dealer since 1985. Great brand, great product. And then of course we got koozies, we got little gift bags. We've got some glasses that the factory brought out, some safety glasses. Not the cheapies, but the
good
nice
ones.
qualities. Yeah.
I love that. How many pieces of equipment do you guys have out here? There's even more. We didn't even go back here. You gotta show us some of the stuff back here.
A lot. We got a lot.
People just don't know the time and energy when you put all this out. It's
absolutely.
so cool.
We got the Yanmar with the little mower deck. We've got wood chippers as well. If somebody needs a little wood chipper, we got every tractor here has a package deal with the trailer.
Wow.
And every one of these little 223s, you can get them financed under $300, $299 and below with the trailer.
Wow, you can't get better than that. I mean, that's cheaper than a lot of our cars, really, when you think about it.
Absolutely.
And you're actually,
on approved credit, of course.
But you're actually, this is how helping your business make money. So it's like, this is really awesome. Well, thank you so much for inviting us out here.
Thank you.
Everyone's got to come, and then tell everyone to follow you, because you do things all year round. You're always doing fun stuff. So where does everybody follow you and talk to you about?
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram, Kauai Equipment. Go to our website, kauaiequipment.com, and hit follow and
And then you have so many people that work here that there's always going to be someone to kind of help you.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes you're the one out there taking the equipment to people. So
Oh, absolutely.
You're not in the office. Sometimes you're always like traveling. So
Yep. I'm out in the field, roll my sleeves up, and help out as well. Absolutely. We're a family, 3 generations, been around since 1981, and just been growing in the community ever since.
Yeah, we'll get to meet some of your family. He is very cute. Your granddaughter is so cute. That's worth the trip alone.
Definitely.
Wow, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you guys coming.
Okay, so I heard this is like the big attraction here at the Ag Show. I've never actually tried this. So this is a cobbler station. What do you guys do?
So we're an equestrian drill team. So this is our fundraiser for the year. We're nonprofit. This helps raise all the funds to provide our entry and our competition, and helps us with all of our practices and everything to compete. You can see we have a trophy over here that we brought home from Reno last year.
Oh my goodness.
So this is a really good event. It's a really good community. We have kids and adults on our team, and it's just a really great thing to be a part of.
So I guess I've been doing it wrong the whole time. I thought I'd make some good cobbler, but this is the way to do it. So explain what's going on here.
So as we do it the old cowboy way. We do it on the cast iron Dutch ovens, and we cook it over these hot coals, and it just really puts that special touch on it.
Wow. And so how many of these you have? You have to keep a lot going in all this. What's the process?
So the process
That's underneath. Can you get a video? Can you get a video of that? You got to see that. Oh, that is beautiful. The process. How long does it stay under there?
Roughly about 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've got a pretty good rotation. These guys have been pretty good experience through the years, and they keep us going inside.
I need to learn this. I always thought I'd make a good chopper. I see this, I'm like, I didn't know what I was doing apparently.
It's really good.
Wow. As you have to get all the coals ready. That's just so much work. That's really cool you guys do. How much money do you usually raise? Like how much was like last year?
We don't usually disclose like how much
we
make.
Sorry.
No,
was it to meet all your goals though?
Yes,
for the year?
it helped provide all of our entries last year. We didn't have to do anything out of pocket. So that was really nice.
It's so good. That's why you guys would come out here. You're really getting to meet some of the people that you support.
Yes.
And that's a really good cause.
Yes.
So I'm so glad. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Of course.
And now we just got to try a sample.
Yeah, of course. We'll get you guys a sample going here.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
I am at the World Ag Expo with Farm Robotics. This is so cool. Tell us what this machine does.
Yeah, so we're at Farm Robotics. We have a robot to essentially give the vaccines robotically instead of doing it with humans.
And you guys both came up with this?
Yes.
Yes.
He primarily did, and I came on board to write the business plan, patent, raise some money with him from investors. So really the issue came from labor issues and animal health standards being decreased. So we're trying to improve pregnancy rates and have less sick cows overall.
Wow. And so how long was this? It seems like it would take a while to...
Yeah, I did. We started with the idea in like 2017 and then raised some money, filed for the patent, which took a couple of years. And then, now we've been really officially working on the robot itself for about 6 years and are going to market now.
You know what's funny? You kind of did it before it was cool, but COVID made everything weird where you had to start doing stuff like this. So you actually thought of it before COVID even happened. So that's pretty interesting.
Out of our time.
Yeah, I think biggest part is the labor issue, training, finding labor, and even with COVID, like I think it was harder to find labor then. And I think now with the new administration, it might be even harder again to find labor. So I think we're at the right time to launch this product.
So this is probably a little bit easier for the cows too, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, in terms of the cows, I mean, they're domestic animals and know their routines. So in that sense, there's also the aspect of safety here where guys won't be getting kicked by animals and they'll just be less stressed overall. Therefore, that'll affect milk production in a positive way. So really we're trying to automate this process, save the dairy farmer money, and also simultaneously make them more money based on increased health standards.
So right now, can people purchase this machine, or there's a couple testing ones and you guys go on the farms and actually utilize this? How does this work at this process?
Yeah, so we are in the process of selling the first one, hopefully this week. So we are going to have to do a little bit of additional testing while on the farm, but we did some testing this last year and we got a bit of a kinks worked out on the camera, so we are able to do the shots, but there's a little bit of testing involved still. But
So right now it's just the cows, but this could actually be for humans, right?
Yeah, I think potentially in the long run, I feel like in that sense there's a lot of development to go, but we're going to expand to the beef industry after dairy, as well as swine, goats, and sheep. Pretty much every livestock eventually. So, and then at that point, once we get to that market, then we'll maybe explore human aspects to it.
Right, because remember those lines for those COVID vaccines, you know what I mean? So this is kind of brilliant because it's pretty much as capable of any shot.
Correct, yeah, it's a stationary thing that anyone can use in that sense, whether that be livestock or maybe eventually people in the future.
How many shots are cows really supposed to get at one time? Is it like one shot, or you're putting different shots in there and they're getting like 3 different shots at one time? How does that work?
Correct. The cows don't generally get more than one shot, but there's cows that are late lactation, beginning lactation. So there is different shots we need to give on the same day, but each cow will just get one shot at a time.
Okay. And was it going to be like a lineup, or just where they go boop and then boop?
Well, in this particular case, we're putting it on a rotary barn. Okay. So as when they're finished milking, we'll obviously know what cows would need a shot. As they come by, they would then get a shot, and then they would exit the milk barn.
Wow. And then they could just be, I like as you were showing this, so it's like one little area. So the cow kind of goes to the area and then boom.
Correct. It is a very small area essentially where we have the robot, and then the cows will come by, and then it'll be done in about 4 or 5 seconds.
Wow. That's so cool. That's really cool that you came on board to get. Isn't it fun to be part of like a project like this?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this since I was 19, and I'm 27 now. I used to work for Marinas' Dairy back when I was in college, so yeah, this is a passion project, I think, for both of us, and it feels good to see it come into life finally.
To see technology advance like this much, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, and over time that's helped us with our development. It's made us more efficient with technology evolving, so we recently upgraded our vision system. There's new robots available nowadays that are more efficient, so overall, even though it's taken a while to get to market, it's been worth it from a technology standpoint.
Are you trying to get it to where it's cheaper and cheaper? Because I'm sure right now it's pretty expensive. I know over time it's going to be cheaper than labor.
Yeah, it is. It has gotten a lot cheaper. Even the robots are, probably 10 to 15 grand cheaper than they were when we first started. So a lot of those savings we can pass on to the farmer. So it is over time, it is getting better.
That is really cool. We can't wait to see what you guys come up with next. Is there a Instagram, Facebook, or a website where people can go to kind of see the process and how it's going to advance?
Yeah, so you guys can visit www.farmrobotics.net, or on Instagram, find us under Farmrobotics, also on YouTube as Farmrobotics with a PH as in pharmaceuticals. So yeah, you can find us on various platforms.
So what animal's next? Can you tell us that? Which is the next one? I know you're perfecting this, but is it chicken next, or?
Likely beef cows on feedlots.
Yeah, and then probably swine.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, I am here with the wonderful Gnarly Charlie.
What's happening? This is a World Ag Expo.
Are you here every year or what?
Oh yeah, they're making a statue of me out of cheese over there for next year. Yep.
Wow, how big is it going to be?
Huge. It goes with this jug over here. See? So it's going to be wine and cheese emporium, and I'm the cheese king.
You're the cheese
Yeah,
king.
I'm pretty excited about it.
How awesome! So you're going to be here every day?
Every day I'm here, and if you come out to our booth, we have QR codes where you can win tickets to all kinds of things. Luke Bryan Farm Tour.
Right on.
Kane Brown, you name it, we got it all.
And you'll be there. What show are you doing now? What's a radio show?
It's called Gnarly Morning Show on 106.7 KJ Country.
I'm up to speed now. You're always in a different every time.
No, I have been actually invested. I got a 20-year contract. I'm never leaving.
Oh my gosh, you're going to die there?
I'm in the jug.
Oh my goodness.
I am
in the jug.
I'm a juggernaut.
A juggernaut.
Yeah.
Well, that is really awesome. It's so great to always catch up with you. Where's the next big thing you're doing after this?
Well, there's actually a tractor pull tomorrow night. You ever been to tractor pull?
I have not.
It's kind of like a tug of war, but with machines and loud noises. So, and I just became the ambassador of Bud Light. So for Tulare. And
Tulare ambassador of Bud Light?
Yeah, they're giving me a little costume and everything.
Do you get a lifetime supply of Bud Light?
I'm working on that too.
Oh my goodness. Then you'll be my best friend. We have ongoing Bud Light.
Yeah, we were hired. We needed a couple people to have drinks with us.
Hey, I'm there. So we got to listen to you every morning. What time?
106.7 KJ Country, It was 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Oh, right on. That's a perfect time. And then how do we follow you? What's your Instagram?
It's The Real Gnarly Charlie or gnarly_Charlie. Or you could go to TikTok, The Greatest Man of All Time. Oh, no, it's just Gnarly Charlie.
There we go. Well, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Keep your hat on.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay, so we are here at the World Ag Expo with Connie Conway. Tell us about how this year is going so far.
Well, I'm honored and thrilled to be chairman of the World Ag Expo. It's not every day it gets to happen. I am the 7th woman in 58 years, so I feel good about that. And it's great. I get to see people like you, Sparkle. You're out there, checking it out. We've had a really great day today. Lots of visitors, more than usual. The weather was great.
Oh, thank goodness, right?
Started the day with the wonderful opening ceremonies, and we had a flyover from Lemoore. It was so awesome. I'm still so excited about that. So that was great. So we have 1,200 exhibitors, more than 1,200. I mean, everywhere you look. Someone asked me, well, if you're not into ag or you're not into technology, I'm kind of like, what can we do? I said, we have over 30 nonprofits and we allow them to fundraise.
Wow.
Everything you can imagine eating is here. So if nothing else, come for the food.
Oh my goodness, you're telling me we got so much great food since we've been here.
Yes, it's super. But
so this year, what's new this year that was never years before?
Well, besides some new equipment, and we have our top 10 technology winners, we actually used to have the World Ag Women tent, but now it's the women's pavilion. Women's pavilion. So we did a great conference this morning. We had the Secretary of Agriculture, former Secretary of Agriculture, A.G. Kawamura, Karen Ross was here, assorted electeds that set policy on ag issues. And they were really here talking about the CETF, which is the California Emerging Technology Fund, and it funds broadband in rural areas so that everybody can get wired up and get hooked in. And that's so important with ag, whether it's the sheriff fighting crime or whether it's people trying to drive their tractor and they need a signal. Everybody I know that farms with a laptop. So that was real exciting for me in particular. That was important that we did well and that it went well. But other than that, we've had a great crowd. People are out here. I'm encouraged by a lot of students. We had over 50 buses of students, and because there's so many opportunities out here to be involved in ag. It's not just farming, actual farming the dirt. That's important too. We feed the world. California, we have over 70 countries represented here too this show. But there's ag technology, there's ag business, ag everything, engineering. Someone told me he was studying ag engineering. It's really great to expose kids that are not necessarily been lifetime agriculturalists, that hey, there's other opportunities and it's really great. So I'm really thrilled about all of that.
And then how much work was put in? I saw you last year. You're like, next year I'm going to do this and that. You've been like studying up and knowing what to do. Is there any surprises that you were like not prepared for? You're pre-prepared because you've been here for a while.
Well, yeah, I just left a meeting of what we call the Big Ten, and we get together once a day or more if necessary, just to solve problems, little hitches, what's going on. It was relatively great. I just feel so blessed. Now there's always tomorrow and Thursday, but for today, we're having a great show. More people, more things going on, everything you can think of. So I feel really lucky. This is a year-round, it's year-round prep for these 3 days, which is actually a couple of weeks. Some people move in early. Some of there's like 20 Ukrainian farmers around here somewhere. They came early, they've done ag tours, they've gone out to dairies, they've gone out to farms to kind of see, and that's all part of it too. But to me, what's really exciting after 58 years in existence, the humble start of the farm show, as we used to call it, was just a tractor exhibition, a Chamber of Commerce event at the Tulare Fairgrounds. It's grown into this. And, I say it was built by farmers, but fueled by volunteers. We still have so many volunteers out here that give up their time and come out and do it. But we've expanded the grounds so much. We're going to have a tractor pool out back.
I heard about
grandstands. That. Yep, we're going to have that. This facility is used really year round. We have equestrian shows out here all the time. We've had dog shows out here. We even in Pavilion C, which is the big stationary building, we've had hockey tournaments. We have volleyball tournaments, just really making a great use of this wonderful facility that we're so lucky to have.
So everyone who's excited watching this, I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to be a part of this next year. How do we do with that?
Well, there's still time to come this year. You can go online and get a ticket.
If somebody wanted to be a vendor,
if they want to be a vendor or
more
exhibitor,
involved in it, yes.
Yeah, just contact here. You know, we have a website, but let us know, and it's never too early to start planning.
Right, never too early.
Right, so you can get the spot that you want and be in the area, you know, that you want to show us what you've got. And if, depending on what you want to come out and be an exhibitor with, by October you can apply, but we have the top 10 newest things in ag technology or just in ag. We gave those awards out this morning. And so if you've got something great and new, bring it and enter the contest, and we would love to have you here.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Oh my gosh.
And thanks for putting on a great event.
Well, Sparkle, it's always great to see you, and I know your listeners and your watchers are going to see this because I see you all the time in social media. And so I just want to express my gratitude to people that spread the message for us, to everybody that came and everybody that wants to come.
So come and bring your friends. Okay, so this is the coolest thing I've seen. Tell us about this.
Well, what would you like to know?
Okay, you've had this since you said 1981?
We started in 1981, my husband and I, out in the field every day working side by side, which is not the easiest thing to do. But we've been doing it 44 years, and we're still married.
Well, that's impressive. And he invented this.
Yes.
I've never seen anything like it. So you guys sell these, or you just have one? How does this work?
We have made a few and sold out of the country, but that is not the normal thing. What we do is we build it for ourselves. We go out and plant it for the grower.
Wow.
They call us, we go out, and we do it.
So you don't have a lot of machines like this to sell. They really have to go to you?
Yeah. I mean, we build these for ourselves. I've got 4 of the single row machines, and I've got 2 of the 2-row machines. And we can do whatever kind of a tree or a vine that you want.
However big a tree. How long does it take you? This looks like, how long does it take to do like a row?
Everything depends on the spacing. And so on almonds, which, you know, you plant quite a few around here.
Right.
They're usually about 40 acres a day. But like I said, everything depends on the spacing.
And you guys go out and do this yourselves?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so impressive. And I hear you get calls from like people all over asking about this, like outside of the area. Where do you guys live?
We live just south of Fresno.
Okay.
And we go over to the coast. We go down to Coachella, down to the Grapevine, up to Lodi, over to Kingman, Arizona, Wilcox, Arizona.
So you will go outside the state if you're needed.
Give me a call. I'll see if I can get there. I got a Peterbilt and a low bed, and we'll go.
Wow, how many trees do you think you planted in your lifetime?
In 44 years, trees and vines, I would say, I don't know, guessing it's probably around 100,000 acres.
Wow. And so, in one day, what's the most you guys have done in one day when it comes to like almond trees? We'll go for an example.
It just depends on how many machines I've got running. So I have run 3 machines in one field, but it was 2,000 acres.
Wow. And this is like the fastest I've ever seen anything like this happen.
Well, you know, with labor getting the way it is, you can't beat it.
It's cheaper to hire you than a bunch of...
And if you want, you know, we plant on a berm. It is better for us to put the berm in and plant at the same time. It's cheaper.
Okay, so if we want to hire you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Call me. I answer my phone.
So 559-269-6730.
That's it.
And I bet you're very booked, so call her right away.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh I must confess dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming, There's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends. Knowing all this time